considered the capital of Silicon Valley. 50 miles or 75 kilometers south of San Francisco. 9:30 ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ತಿಂಡಿಯೂ ತಿನ್ನಲಿಲ್ವಾ? ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಶಿವಾಯ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಶಂಕರ ನಮ ಶಿವಾಯ. Uma Muchala writes, Bombay is very hot. So weather won't be like this, huh? So why not we stay in Rangegaudru Maneli 2 din?
I vacate and allow you to be here always.
How we wish we had that flexibility. We are all bound by our karma. You are bound by your karma, we are bound by our karma.
No, do it slowly.
ಏನಾಯಿತು?
It came off. So there is some book and
it is broken or it can be.
Yeah, I think
it's gone. I think so. No, but this some weight is in it. Some big book is there. It's gone. It's gone.
Broken?
let's make it.
I think it's gone. I have one more, but not here. Actually, I have two more.
So
Yeah, leave it.
we will request Jagan to sing a short bhajan today.
Oh, that's how much.
ಅದರ ನಂತರ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾತು ಆಯಿತಾ?
Just
ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ನೀವು ಹಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಬೇಡವಾ?
ಹನುಮಾನ್ ಚಾಲಿಸ ದಿನ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಭಾಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. ಹನುಮಾನ್ ಚಾಲೀಸ ಹಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಭಜನೆ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋಬೋದು ನೀವು. ಅದೇನು ಭಜನೆ ಸುಲಭ. ಇವನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದ್ದು ಸಿನಿಮಾದಲ್ಲೂ ಶಿವಪ್ಪ ಕಾಯೋ ತಂದೆ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಲ್ಲ, 3 ಲೋಕದ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ದೇವ ಎನ್ನು ತಾಳಲಾರೆ. ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಒಂದೆರಡು, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋದು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳೆ ಭಜನೆ ಇದೆ. ರಾಮನ ಭಜನೆ, ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಭಜನೆ, ತೂಗುವೆ ರಂಗನ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ತೂಗುವೆ ರಂಗನ ತೂಗುವೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಲವ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್?
Hey, you have fixed it. You have fixed it.
YouTube.
Yes, fixed it.
I better sit straight now.
Good boy. Yes, fixed it.
Slowly.
Slowly. This time you have to, but it's very loose.
That is okay. Some. No, that is.
Come here.
Okay, now it is time. Thank you.
ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಹಾಂ, ಇವರಿಗೊಂದು ಭಜನೆ ಹಾಡೋಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ,
ಆಯ್ತು.
ಪುಟ್ಟು ಭಜನೆ.
Jagan, just come here and
you
take
can.
the mic, collar mic.
Yeah, that's better.
Because,
Oh my God.
start.
आनंदमय चैतन्यमय आनंदमय चैतन्यमय चिन्मय गुरुदेव आनंदमय चैतन्यमय चिन्मय गुरुदेव
ओंकारमय रींकारमय सत्कारमय गुरुदेव ओंकारमय रींकारमय सत्कारमय गुरुदेव आनंदमय चैतन्यमय चिन्मय गुरुदेव चिन्मय गुरुदेव.
Beautiful. Best selection. What is the topic? How have you worded it?
Going beyond mechanical nature, rising above mechanical nature.
Removing mechanical nature in our sadhana. Om Namah Shivaya. Mechanicalness is indeed Kannada, English.
English.
Mechanicalness is indeed a major obstacle in spirituality, in life itself. People suffer because of mechanicalness in themselves, mechanicalness in others. What do we mean by mechanicalness? When there is no grasping of the actual situation, one is doing just as one did before, repeating, because a machine repeats. Switch the fan on, it will do what it did yesterday, what it did last year, what it did 3 years ago when we bought it and newly. Though today you have so many intelligent machines, artificial intelligence, that of course is going beyond the scope of the simple example. In the simple example, we are considering simple machines, simple engines, simple mechanical devices. They just do what was done. There was a time when machines were considered mechanical and human beings were thought of, considered intelligent. They never were, that's different. But today it looks very clearly, more and more clearly, machines are becoming intelligent, human beings are becoming mechanical. Why is it such a obstacle in, call it spirituality or call it vibrant living, happy living, cheerful living, living with some joy in our heart? In all these good things, mechanicalness becomes a tremendous obstacle, because you and I deep inside are intelligent, deep inside we think so much, we visualize so much. The ability to visualize various possibilities is an asset with us. But somewhere, even though we have the capacity to visualize various possibilities, we get attached, we get stuck with one particular possibility. Suppose I had come to this house a year ago and wonderful uppittu was served. I am not an illiterate, I am not an unintelligent person, I have enough of ability to think of various possibilities. After 1 year again I come, I know that this house can bring out paddu, vada, wangibath, how many things. But if last year I had enjoyed the Upittu, I don't remember actually what I ate. I am very poor in remembering what we ate. Leave alone what dress who wore. If she asks, last year when you came, what sari was I wearing? Oh, you were there. What dress you were wearing, I don't know. So, if one had enjoyed Upittu and then one is hoping that again I will get Upittu, Upma, then what happened to intelligence? Out of 100 possibilities, South Indian breakfast itself has so much variety. There is a restaurant in Hong Kong which has put a big board. 42 kinds of dosa served here. In dosa itself there are 42 varieties. So whether it is some food or how somebody treats us, how somebody would, receive us, while we have the capacity to visualize number of possibilities, if we expect a particular way and get very stuck with it, then we are in for trouble. Therefore, Swami Chidanandaji said, disappointment comes to them who make appointment with future. Here appointment means, tomorrow I am coming to your house and I will be received in such and such way. I imagine. I make appointment with how it will be in your house or any other place. Whereas the true nature of intelligence is to be ready for varieties of scenarios. In life, we never know how scenarios emerge. Therefore, no wonder 999 out of 1000 people live in frustration, disappointment, sorrow, agitation. Why did this happen in my life? Why did it go this way in our relationships? I hear that wives always complain. I don't know much, sorry if I am wrong, but it seems wives complain about the husband. My father never used to behave like this, you behave like this. The young lady after marriage, within no time compares her husband, who is otherwise good, but in some respects, ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಹೀಗೆ ಎಂದೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಾಂತಿಯಿಂದ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರು, ನೀವು ಸಿಡುಕ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಸಣ್ಣ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರ, in various ways. Meanwhile, I have heard that husbands also are highly disappointed with their wives after some time. Honeymoon is over. They say, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂಗಿರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. So for them, the ideal woman is the man, mother. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಾಳ್ಮೆಯಿಂದ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರು. That's also mechanicalness. So the husband should say, yeah, I am not like your father because I am not your father. Once I complimented Dr. A.G. Ramakrishnan, the retired professor of IISc, who was my classmate long ago. His son came to a function in Malleshwaram. Father only brought him. And I saw his son and I said to his father, Ramakrishnan, Ramakrishna, he looks so much like you. And Ramakrishnan is a very witty fellow. I remember even during our days of being classmates, he would make witty remarks. Even as I said to him, your son looks so much like you. Swamiji, he is really my son. He is my son. Therefore, what wonder if he resembles you? He resembles me. He is my son. I said, yeah, I should have thought twice, If somebody's son were looking like him, I could have questioned. It's really my son. What is the surprising there? What is surprising? Witty. He used to be like that during those days also. Less words, but very sharp and witty, very balanced man. So we become mechanical in religion, in politics. One religion finds faults after faults with other religion. And they also do the same for another religion. Finding fault with another religion. Those who don't worship idols think that those who worship idols are such idiots. What is this? Stone worshipping. ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಆ ಕಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಇವರು. ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಟೆರಿಬಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಇವನ್ ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ಕಣ್ಣು ಮೂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ಕೂಡ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಗಾಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ನೋ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. God is light, God is energy. That's how their religion says. All right, that's also a wonderful way. But there's another way to see that infinite God as a stepping stone. You begin to see in a Shivalinga or in some form. So, mechanicalness hijacks us, and the question we are considering now is how to remove mechanicalness in sadhana. In sadhana also, things become mechanical. Simple example is, one is trying to say, do some japa. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. In the beginning, maybe there is certain love of God, certain love of the Supreme Reality, Ishvara, whatever you call. But very soon, just repeating the mantra and having no feeling, concerned about, I was wanting to do japa for 15 minutes, how much time is over? Another 5 minutes. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So japa, but spirituality is not japa only. Actually, really spirituality pervades the whole life. How you treat others, how you treat yourself, how you handle others, handle situations. Everywhere there is spirituality possibility, and everywhere there is a possibility to slip from spirituality. But here the word sadhana can be considered especially in terms of certain activities which are explicitly very commonly considered spiritual. Meditation, japa and so on. Because the meditation of 999 out of 1000, that is one expression I use. It could be 99,999 out of 1 lakh also. What I mean is the vast majority. In the case of the vast majority, meditation becomes mechanical. Because of that reason, J. Krishnamurti went to the extent of saying, conscious meditation is no meditation. 999 out of 1000 statements of J. Krishnamurti go above the head for most people. This is also an example. You may wonder, what does Jiddu Krishnamurti mean by saying conscious meditation is no meditation? What he means is, if you say, okay, now I am going to meditate, you consciously decide, I meditate every morning at 4:30. Oh, it is 4:30 now. I got up at 5:15, quickly freshened up, and I am going to meditate. According to him, moment you say, I am going to meditate, it actually does the opposite of meditation, according to him. We don't have to agree with him, because for him, you know what meditation is? For J. Krishnamurti, meditation right away is being free from ego. Being free from, what is ego? Vedanta says, or ego is nothing but doership. So if you say, I am going to meditate, you actually are strengthening this I. Yeah. It's like the joke goes, somebody wrote a 500 pages book on ego, and then there was a book release function, and then he said on the stage, this book, such a big book on ego, nobody else in the world wrote. It's I who wrote such a detailed book on ego. Hope all of you know. So the man who wrote a detailed book on ego was so egoistic. Ego is everywhere, and ego is actually another example of mechanicalness. Then there are some people, you know very well, I am not egoistic at all. In fact, most people around here are egoistic. I am only one person who is not at all. You have seen, no? I am so humble. You have seen, no? Say yes, no? Like that they say. By saying I am so humble, he is making it so egoistic. Therefore, Chinmayanandaji said somewhere, those who are truly humble do not say I am humble. The moment you say I am very humble, then it runs against that spirit. If they are humble, and they hardly notice. People notice. He is so humble, she is so humble, etc. If she or he herself or himself says, I am so humble, it's a joke. So Krishnamurti said, conscious meditation is no meditation. Though I have understood it, the spirit of it, I meditate consciously at times. Maybe don't call it meditation if you don't like that. Call it upasana. In Vedanta, nididhyasana, etc. is high level. Jnana is high level. But upasana is where you think of yourself as a devotee, you sit before a God form, and you and say, I am your dasa, please bless me, and so on. So my reply to J. Krishnamurti is, sir, you are talking from a very high plane. Namaste, we admire it. But we meditate anyhow because we believe that certain exercises can bring about chitta shuddhi. Kama, krodha, lobha, regrets of the past, anxiety about future, these are impurities. Just as every day you sweep the floor, wipe the floor, right? The house is kept clean. Otherwise, we don't know what creatures come in. If a house is not cleaned regularly, when sometimes you go on a tour, you come back after 1 month, all windows were kept closed. You enter, oh, it's so stuffy. So there is no fresh air. First thing you do is open the windows, let fresh air come in. Just as sweeping and wiping and maintaining is of great value, someone like Sri Ramakrishna himself said, just as a copper vessel needs to be cleaned every day with some tamarind or some of those, otherwise, without your doing anything, it itself loses its shine. So our human mind loses its purity. Maybe there was a moment when our mind was pure, but don't take it for granted. Very soon the mind becomes impure. So every day you don't have to be at heights of meditation, whatever level, doesn't matter. Even if the mind wanders to some extent, doesn't matter. Do your japa, do your dhyana, do your study. So how to remove the mechanicalness? Do these practices with heart, with your heart. Again and again give yourself a self-suggestion. It's called auto-suggestion. 10 minutes you are sitting down for Nama Sankirtana. In the first 1 minute, tell yourself, I am sitting now for Nama Sankirtana. I want to do it with all my heart. I want to do it with feeling. Therefore, this recent Namotsava was conducted with that purpose. From Nama, we should go towards Nami. Nama is like the threshold. From outside the house, you cross the threshold and come inside the house. So, Nama is here. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Outside is the world of names and forms. Nama Rupatmakam Jagat. Inside is the Nami. By the way, technically and scientifically, these expressions like outside, inside, etc. are not accurate. God is outside also. To say the world is outside and God is inside would be injustice to God. And in quantum physics, etc. also, from science angle, ideas of far and near are very shallow. Let's not go so much into the depth of these technicalities. Using a simple language, we think of a fight we had with somebody, difference of opinion we had with somebody, some friction, some conflict. There were mistakes on their side, there was mistake on our side also. The mind goes into a certain remembering all that. That is called extrovertedness. Inside there is Nami, who is ever free, ever loving, ever pure. So we must make a gentle resolution. I will spend 10 minutes. In these 10 minutes, I don't want to be mechanical. Every time I utter the Nama or the mantra, I want to evoke, arouse the love in my heart, which is in my heart, but generally it remains asleep, hidden. Awaken it, right? So, I will say 2 points and then conclude. One is, at the time, at that window of time when we are doing certain spiritual exercise, japa or meditation or bhajan or service, we are serving somebody, we are offering some help to somebody in whatever way. All those are spiritual. At the time we decide, okay, let us do this, at that time we must evoke certain willpower, because by willing, by doing a sankalpa, we can give a little shift to how our mind operates. Otherwise the mind would go in a mechanical way. By a sankalpa, we can give some shift, if not total shift. Like Chinmayanandaji used to joke, if you cannot do samarpana, do some arpana. Samarpana agadiddre, some arpana. So, you can't turn the mind around from externalities to the Nami inside. That is 180-degree turn. If you can't turn 180 degree, at least turn little more than 90. Because you turn 90, it is neither there nor here, mathematically. 100 degrees, 110, 120. PCMB, in maths this comes, no? Somebody once made a mistake while speaking. He said, turn your mind totally inward. Turn it 360 degrees, he said. 360 degrees means mathematically it goes back there only. So 180. 180 degrees means if it was towards north, now it is south. In your over enthusiasm, turn it totally 360 degrees, any second back. So these are some precision issues. So sankalpa. The second point is, all said and done, the sankalpa is not easy. Resolve. The English word for sankalpa is resolve. R-E-S-O-L-V-E. Make a resolve, resolution. You resolve, but next time it dissolves. Next moment it dissolves. People make birthday resolution. ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ ನಾನು ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡಿಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಆ ಬರ್ಡೇ ರಾತ್ರಿನೇ ಮಲಗೋ ಮೊದಲು ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ಕಪ್ ಕಾಫಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು. ಬಟ್ ರೆಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಮೇಡ್ ದಿ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನೌನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಆಲ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ, ಈಗ ಯಾರು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದೆನ್ half a cup. But you have decided, you have resolved. No, birthday I resolved, but on the day of birthday I can take because it is celebration. My resolution becomes effective from 12 midnight. ಅವನೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಅದನ್ನು, ನಿಯಮವನ್ನು. ಅರ್ಧ ಕಪ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ 2 ಕಪ್ ಕುಡ್ದ. ಏನಾಯಿತು? ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ದಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಮೆಚ್ಯೂರ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಟು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ರಾಂಗ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ರಾಣಾಯಾಮ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಯೋಗಾಸನ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಯುವರ್ little bit of reading, little bit of satsanga, little bit of connecting with someone who is both knowledgeable, and in addition to being knowledgeable, he is someone for whom you have great regard. I met my first Vedanta teacher not through books, orally, was Paramarthananda. And even today I have a lot of his tapes, audio recordings in my laptop. Sometimes to get a little fresh breeze in my Vedanta study, I listen to half an hour of his talk. Pretty much I know it all. But when it comes from him and the way he explains, ಒಬ್ಬರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಪರಮಾರ್ಥಾನಂದ ಅಂತ, ಮದ್ರಾಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ, meet him. He's one of the very, very pious swamis, away from all worldly activities. He is only devoted to, this Advayananda also is something like that, only devoted to Shastra. But Paramarthananda, some differences are there. But they both are not into anything worldly. No Rotary Club, no glamorous conventions and conferences, and this world is Maya, glitter and glamour. Paramarthananda is very knowledgeable. He has taught Brahma Sutras and practically all Vedanta works, and he does great justice to Shankara Bhashya. But he doesn't go to, like we do, go all kinds of places. He doesn't touch computers. No smartphone with him. Probably he has one ordinary phone. Adu kuda for some years he must have avoided.
Now only landline.
Only landline he has kept. Therefore, it's good to meet such sadhus. Anyway, so don't miss. Mechanicalness will go away if we are doing a little bit of several exercises. Not that every day you should do everything, but ensure that, as Stephen Covey would say, in a week you have done some amount of new study. New means some new book, some new article, some new audio. Because we might have read, we might have studied, but we forget. Some amount of, on a weekly basis, some amount of exercise. Surya Namaskara ಮಾಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಆಯಿತು? Somebody asks. I did lot of Surya Namaskar in 2021. ಶಿವ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯಿತು, ಮಾಡಲೇ ಇಲ್ವಾ? I am nowadays very busy advising people. ನಾನೇ ಸೂರ್ಯ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯಿತು. ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಮನಸ್ಸಿದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಡಿ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್. ಬಾಡಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್. ಇಫ್ ದಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಈಸ್ given 10 minutes of exercise. This morning I had a conflict. It was already 5:10. I have not done packing. And nowadays I do 10 minutes of pranayama right in the morning. I said, packing agodilla. Then I said, whatever it is, I will not miss it. 5:10 I sat and did 10 or 11 minutes of pranayama. I'm so happy for it. Suddenly something changes in us. Ramakrishnan told me some 4 years ago, why don't you do Nadi Shuddhi? In fact, I didn't tell him directly, but I have told my friends. In 1980, Ramakrishnan brought me to Chinmaya, Vedanta. And in 2022 or so, somewhere we met. He said to me, why don't you do Nadi Shuddhi? In some context, And it has proved to be very useful to me. A lot of things change in the body. This breathing is a magic actually, breathing exercises. So, finally, how do you rise above mechanicalness? It's like, how do you get good health? Good health is good diet, good exercise, good habits, good values in relationships. Suppose somebody tells lies. Whether others are subjected to some discomfort and inconvenience is another issue. If you tell lies, you are deceiving somebody, right? How far it hurts them, harms them, troubles them is another issue. Normally when we tell a lie, it is injustice to them. They are hurt to less or more. But more than what it does to others, I am giving an example of a value. If we tell lies, whether we get caught or not, maybe some lies we speak, all our life may not be caught. But inside, Chitragupta is noting everything. Inside it causes certain agitation. What's your name? Om Prakash. Suppose I told Om Prakash a lie. Some lie I told. Om Prakash asked me, how many countries have gone to Swamiji? I said, I have gone to 100 countries. Om Prakash is impressed. Oh, this Swamiji has gone to 100 countries. Actually, I have gone to some 8 or 9 countries. 100 countries. Next time Om Prakash comes somewhere, in front of him somebody asks me the question. That day I am in a mood to tell the truth. But I look at Om Prakash, oh my God, if I tell him, this fellow, 8 or 9, Om Prakash will tell Swamiji first. Swamiji, when I asked, he said 100, today he is saying only 8, which is truth. So, kashta agate. So, Om Prakash nodi, 100 countries have. Second time I tell the lie. Then hodalella Om Prakash bandidana illi. You have to be careful. So they say, if you tell truth, you don't have to remember. But if you tell a lie, ಅವತ್ತು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರ ದಿನ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So that becomes a burden, right? A burdened mind cannot be free of mechanicalness. This is a very tricky thing. In order to be free of mechanicalness, you need to unburden yourself. Therefore, don't violate the human values. Not easy, but always try to safeguard Satya, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, Shaucham. ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅಮಾನಿತ್ವಂ, ಅದಂಬಿತ್ವಂ, ಆದಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ. ಮೋರ್ ವಿ ಫಾಲೋ ದಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಲ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್, ಒಳಗಿನ ಭಾರ, ಅಂದರ್ ಕಾ ಬೋಜ್, ಭಾರ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ದಷ್ಟೇ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಸನ ಪ್ರಾಣಾಯಾಮ ಮಾಡಿದರೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗೋದು. ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ದೇ ಫೀಲ್ ಲೈಟರ್, ದೇ ಫೀಲ್ ಸಪ್ಪಲ್, ದೇ ಫೀಲ್ ಮೋರ್ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಬಲ್. Otherwise, once more we would do something wrong. Once more we would say some harsh words to somebody. But morning asana pranayama ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಜಪ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ once more ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ಕೆಲವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ. ಹೇಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೀಕ್ಲಿ ಡಯಟಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್, ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಬರೇ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ ತಿಂದ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಕೆಲವರು. ಎಚ್ ನರಸಿಂಹಯ್ಯ ವೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಯುನೈಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಡೂ PhD. ಎಚ್ ನರಸಿಂಹಯ್ಯ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? HN, ಹೌದು. HN, ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ನೇಮ್ ದೋಸ್ ಡೇಸ್. He was the head of national college, national. A great Gandhian and simple man. He was vice chancellor of Bangalore University for some time. Then also he lived in a small room. ಹುಡುಗರ ಹಾಸ್ಟೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೂಮ್. He was a brahmachari also. Great man, one of the great men of Karnataka, H. Narasimhaya. And as your father said, when he was in America for 3 years, I think biology or something, he did PhD. Physics ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಟು ನಾನ್ ವೆಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, he had given it up, I think. 3 years, every day he made uppittu. Of course, I think with some vegetables cuts or something. He made uppittu, morning uppittu, evening uppittu.
3 years.
3 years, ಬರೇ uppittu.
He used to take me for walks, I would walk with him.
Really, you had a personal friendship?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, his book was there in our house.
See, Swami,
He has written a fat
I
book.
made him chairman of the book selection committee.
Naturally, because you are in education department.
So he, for all libraries all over the state, I made him chairman. He was very happy. He selected good books.
Right.
He was very close to me.
Yeah. There was a time in my college days, I was inspired by him.
Yeah.
On some matter, I wrote a letter to him. I never got a reply. Maybe it didn't reach his table. Because he was so correct. He was so disciplined and so good. He would have replied. ಅದು ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ದಾವಣಗೆರೆಯಿಂದ I had put a letter to him. The only thing where he ran into a little controversy, ಸತ್ಯ ಸಾಯಿಬಾಬಾ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಟೀಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ it did not go well. After that he lost his position as
ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ, ನೀವು ಚಿನ್ನದ ಉಂಗುರ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಚಿನ್ನದ ಸರ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ, ನನಗೆ ಕುಂಬಳಕಾಯಿ ಕೊಡೋ ಸಾಕು, ನನಗೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಹಸಿವಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಏನು ಬೇಡ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. He was a rationalist. ಸೊ ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರಕಾರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು ಬರೇ ರವೆ ದೆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So that's an analogy I gave. In order to rise above mechanicalness, we should have a few components: exercise, walking, pranayama, healthy food, enough sleep, and as far as possible same hours.
I think satsang also helps.
Satsang, of course, satsang. ಕೆಲವುದೆಲ್ಲ in a weekly basis ಇಷ್ಟಿಷ್ಟು ಆದರೆ your mechanicalness is bound to decrease. Whereas ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದ ಹಾಗೆ ಬದುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, we live as per our wish.
I think that intense wish must be there, Swami.
Yeah,
Not to
intense wish
come
to.
out of this,
J. Krishnamurti calls it, if you live an orderly life, he is fond of the word orderly. If you live an orderly life, that is the basis for all spirituality. Because in this world we find many people are very well read. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾಲ್ಗೆ ತುದಿಯಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಫಿಲಾಸಫಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯದ್ವಾ ತದ್ವಾ ಬದುಕ್ತಾರೆ. ದೇರ್ ಡೈಲಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ಲಿ. ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೂ ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡಿಯೋದು, ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೂ ಕೆಲವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ ಸ್ಮೋಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಬಿಡಿ. ಯದ್ವಾ ತದ್ವಾ, ನೋ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್, ನೋ ಆರ್ಡರ್. ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತು ನಡೆದಂತೆ ನುಡಿಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನುಡಿದಂತೆ ನಡೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೇಳೋದೊಂದು ಮಾಡೋದಿನ್ನೊಂದು. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೈಕ್ ಕೊಡಿ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ J. Krishnamurti noticed so-called religious people, a good percentage, not all, a large percentage, don't have a certain order in their daily life. So he gave beautiful insights into the order in daily life. If you really have order in daily life, there may not be any necessity for high philosophy, or somewhere a little high philosophy comes in that will set you free. if your life has been orderly. Therefore, one is resolving before you take up an exercise. Another is ensuring that on a weekly basis at least, 24 into 7, ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ 7 28 2 7 14 2 16 168 hours. In 168 hours of the week, can you have 1 hour of spiritual study, 1 hour of exercise, 1 hour of walking, one minimum. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು. One whole 7 days, 168 hours, you didn't walk at all. Then don't expect to rise above mechanicalness. The very fact that one whole week you did not go for a walk means you have gone more and more. ಮೊದಲು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಡೀಪ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ ಡೀಪ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್. ಯು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್. ಸೊ ಇದೆರಡನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಲೈಕ್ ಮೆನಿ ಅದರ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್, ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಕೂಡ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ exist. A lot of issues exist. But resolving before an exercise and paying attention to certain healthy components becoming part of your 168 hours of the week can ensure we rise above mechanicalness. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. ಯಾರಾದರೂ